Welcome to the last in this series of the Retro Movie Review, the show that turns geek against his brother until geek exists no more. Two geeks will compete in a 2-minute movie rant-off, and the loser will suffer the button of doom. This week our geeks will fight to the death over the abominable Dr. Phibes. Set in London in 1927, a policeman's on the trail of a serial killer whose murders take the form of biblical plagues. It emerges they are the work of Phibes, a former doctor and concert organist, out for revenge on those he blames for his wife's death. He's aided by a mysterious female assistant and a band of strange automaton musicians. Released in 1971, this British horror movie was directed by Robert Fust and stars Vincent Price as Phibes, future Bond girl Virginia North, and Joseph Cotton, who was in The Third Man. Terry Thomas also crops up in a minor role. Ding dong.
No one does camp horror like Vincent Price, and his fantastically over-the-top performance in The Abominable Dr. Phibes is a genuine tour de force. He's both incredibly funny and sadistically creepy. That, plus the trippy Art Deco sets and bizarre costumes, have made this one of the most influential British horror movies ever. But it's Price who steals the show.
The Abominable Dr. Phibes really is abominable. Shoddy and cheap, but sadly not nasty. It has terrible special effects and shaky camera work. The tacky script has even more moth holes than the second-hand costumes the actors are forced into. The best piece of acting is Virginia North managing to keep a straight face while pretending to play the violin.
Phibes can only speak for a record player that's plugged into his neck. What's not to love about that? Price tackles the role with such gusto that you can't help rooting for him. The movie looks like Austin Powers meets Friday the 13th. It's great fun, but there are some genuinely harrowing moments too, particularly at the masked ball and the horrifying climax.
It shouldn't be fun, it's a horror movie. It's supposed to be frightening, and it never is. It's just a depressing parade of low-budget effects. Toy planes, men in plastic masks pretending to be puppets, polystyrene snowflakes, bats on fishing lines, a plague of 8 rats, or possibly just the one rat, and some really clever camera tricks made me count it 8 times.
Who cares about the budget when you've got the ideas and the talent? A small budget didn't stop Blair Witch or Paranormal Activity from being as scary as hell, and it hasn't stopped Phibes from being ripped off countless times. Seven's themed murders are straight out of Phibes, and the Saw movies based a whole franchise on it, but neither even attempted the original sense of humour or matched the pathos of its central character.
The same way Phibes has nicked its central character from Phantom of the Opera. This film asks the audience to not only suspend their sense of disbelief, but to suspend their will to live as well. This film insults the audience with its tackery. Who knows how they managed to persuade anyone to make a sequel? And don't get me started on the unicorn or the frogs.
At my signal, unleash hell.
You're joking, aren't you?
So that's it for this series of the Retro Movie Review. Join us again soon when our geeks will be ranting about movies from 1964. Thanks for watching. Ta-ra!